Hey guys, Beastly Joystick here. I'm back in the Minecraft DIY world, and if you watched my last episode, you'll see that we still have the turrets down there from last time. And then we also have these new additions over here, which is what I'm going to be showing you how to make today. And these are automatic chicken farms. You will place chickens in the top, and then they will simply poop the eggs out in the bottom, and you don't even have to worry about it. You can just come back and collect your eggs whenever you need them. And unfortunately, whenever I get close to the chickens, my frame rate drops a little bit, so you're going to have to forgive that. But before we get started, I just want to ask you guys something. Um, when we started this channel, we were trying to think of a cool name for it, and we came up with Beastly Joystick because it sounded cool, and apparently we didn't think that anyone would, get pervy or whatever with it, but we now realize that it is kind of a nasty sounding name. And so we're thinking of changing the channel name. We can't change the URL, the youtube.com/beastlyjoystick. That's going to have to stay the same, but we are trying to change the channel name. And so we need you guys to come up with a cool name for us. And or if you think that the name is fine right now, tell us that. Some people have said that it's a little weird, and I kind of agree. It sounds a little gross. But enough about that. Just leave your suggestions in the comments. And now we need to move on, and we need to make these chickens our slaves. Our employees. There we go. Um, so this one you would think would be the better of the three. It's all shiny and fancy, and it's bigger. But unfortunately, the water actually suffocates the chickens when you try to put them in there. So I ended up looking in my chest finding, like dead chicken parts, which is kind of nasty. So then I tried this one, which actually seems to be working a little bit better. There are not as many eggs because I couldn't fit the same amount of chickens in this. And so eventually I decided, why do we even need water? And I just decided to use some hoppers instead. And this one actually works pretty well. You can see that the eggs are flowing in nicely. It does take quite a while to get all the chickens in there because, you're going to have to collect the eggs, especially if this is on survival. But this does work very well once you get it going, and since it's all automatic, you don't even have to worry about picking up the eggs. They won't despawn or anything like that. You can just go do your mining and come back later. See, this one is actually concealed in the wall right there, and it's a little bit different format, but I'm going to show you how to make this one as well. It seems to work almost even better than that one, but obviously you have to have a wall to use it. So yeah, and you'll also see that I have all these little chickens running around. I was being a little bit lazy, and I have this mouse that has macros that you can program onto it. And so I was like, okay, I can just fill up these things really fast with chickens with my macro. And so it started throwing them like this fast, and I'm like, oh crap, I can't control this. And so there were just chickens everywhere, and now there are going to be even more of them apparently. But anyway, let's actually get started on making one of these things. We'll just make it right here. Um, so here are the things you're gonna need. I'll give the exact amounts if you want to make one like that. That's the one I'm gonna show you how to make. Um, I'll have the exact amount of blocks that you need on the screen, but you're gonna need dirt, glass, a chest, some hoppers, some torches, and of course your eggs. So all you need to do is place your first block, and then skip 2 blocks from that, and place another one. And just do that until there are 4 of them around the center like that. And then you can go ahead and make it as tall as you want. Usually too high is a little bit better so you can actually fit under it, but anything higher than that should work too. Oops. And all you're going to have to do is just uh, put a little, on those spaces, go up 2 blocks, and then fill in dirt across, as you can see there. Okay? Then you're going to need your hoppers, and you're also going to need a way to get up there. I can just fly. You'll need to place 1 hopper. Actually, I'm sorry about that. we actually need to place our chest first. So just go ahead and put that up on a block. And then place your first hopper going into the chest. Next, just attach your other hoppers to each other. And go ahead and test it out here. I'll just get some random blocks. Here we go. Just go ahead and test that each hopper actually makes it into the chest. That one obviously will, but so we should have, yep, 4 of them. There we go. Works fine. And I'll just go ahead and get rid of this. Then you can just go ahead and put your glass around it. And of course, this doesn't have to be glass, but it's in case you kind of want to keep an eye on your chickens, make sure they're not getting too, wild in there. Because those chickens, you know how they get. Um, just go ahead and fill around the edges. It's going to have to be too high or the chickens can climb over it. And that is all you have to do. I mean, you can make it all fancy like mine. I mean, that's not that fancy, but what I did is I just replaced these with dirt. It's really up to you. It's a pretty basic thing to build, but any way you want to do it will work fine as long as you have a way for the chickens to be trapped and then the hoppers coming down. And then you probably want to light it up, but I won't bother you with that right now. So lastly, just go ahead and fill it up with your chickens. You're going to have to aim it at the glass or the hoppers are going to, keep them from going in there. And that chicken decided to be a butt. So it might be better to make it a little bit higher, but it's up to you. See, this seems to be working fine. So there you have it. Once those chickens grow up, they will start pooping eggs, and then you can go ahead and collect them from the chest. Now, the more chickens you have, obviously, the more eggs you're going to get, but you have to start somewhere, and these chickens will help you get the eggs that you need. Here, we have the concealed one, which I have to say is a lot easier to make, and it seems to be faster, too. I don't know why that is, but it might be because I have more chickens in there. But see, it just fills up this chest, and it's not all ugly out in the middle of your world either. So for this one, just find yourself a wall. This can be like inside your house even if you want it to. Just go ahead and place your chest. And for this one, you don't need as many materials either. You're just going to need 2 hoppers, and you are also going to need a water bucket. So what you need to do is put 1 hopper facing the chest, like so. Let me get rid of that. And then put another one right behind it, just like that, so it flows into the first hopper. So it goes from 1 hopper to the next, and then into the chest. Then behind that, you're just going to dig 8 blocks back. So this hopper will actually count as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Place your water, and there you go. It should flow over the first hopper like that. And then all you have to do is cover up this entrance. Make sure you don't put a block on that water right there, or that will mess it up. But cover the hopper and the one above that. Then all you have to do is load in your chickens, which is quite simple, must I might say. Obviously, with my rapid fire, I can do it very quickly. But there you go. They're starting to overflow, so I'll just cut it off there. And of course, you'll have to wait for the chickens to grow up, because I don't think they lay eggs in their baby form. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think they do. So just wait a little bit, and your eggs should start appearing, like in this one. And you know what, guys? That's about all I have for you today. This works very well in a PvP server where there might not be as many animals, where they've already been killed or taken or whatever. So as long as you can find an egg that'll hatch a chicken, then you will have unlimited eggs. And of course, you can also kill the chickens if you want, but that's up to you. Hopefully this has helped you a lot, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Also remember to leave your suggestions for our new channel name, and I will see you guys in the next episode.